Morning. This is the homework for lesson number 47 of the Arduino Uno R4 series of lessons that Paul McWhorter has on YouTube. I already did a video for this lesson, but I didn't have the TA6586. I had ordered it and didn't come in until 2 days after. Anyhow, I've got the part now, so I'm going to go ahead and do the video with the proper part. Okay, if you look up here, we've got the forward pin is pin 9, back pin is pin 11, red LED pin is 12, and the green LED pin is pin 11. I'm just identifying everybody. A butt pin is 4, the analog butt pin is A0, and I've defined some variables: motor speed, direction, state, and pot value. And I also set up DT as the delay time. And then I identified the new butt state and the old butt state as zeros. Now, if you go down here, you can see I've set up pin modes. The back pin is going to be an output, and the forward pin is going to be an output. Yeah. And then if I go to pot pin, that's an input. Then the button pin, that's an input with a pull-up. And then we have the red LED pin, that's an output. Also, the green LED pin is output. And I set up the serial monitor. Okay, come down here to loop. And here we've got pot value equals the analog read on the pot pin. That gives me the reading for the pot. Then I take that reading and I calculate the motor speed by taking 255, which is the max for the pot, and 1023, which is the max for the motor speed, and times that times the pot value gives me the motor speed value. Here I've set up the new button state by reading a digital read on butt pin. And here I do I check to see if the pin or the button has been pushed. If the button is pushed, I check if the direction state equals 0. I've set the direction state initially up here to 0, so it immediately goes right into that first one. And then I set the analog right for the forward pin to 0 and the analog right for the back pin to 0. That sets the motor off. With a little different than the last IC. This is just a little bit different. And then I set a delay in here, so when it goes to start the motor, it had a chance to stop. And so here I set analog right forward pin, and I put motor speed in there. And the back pin, I set that to 0, so it doesn't do anything. Now the digital right and red LED is high, and the green LED is low. So when we're going clockwise, the red LED will be high. I'll get a red LED illumination. And then I set the direction state back to 1 again so that it works when it comes down here. Now, if we come down here, we do the same thing for the else. That's an if, and this will be the else. So what happens if I do the same thing. I shut the motor off or shut the chip off and put in a delay time. And then I do, this is for the clockwise speed. And I set the forward pin to 0 and the back pin to motor speed. Okay, then there's the red LED low and the green LED high for the counterclockwise. Then I do a little management here by sticking the direction state back to 0, so everything goes back up above. It starts over again. It's in a known condition. Down here we've got I set the old butt state to the new butt state, and that way everything starts out again. And let me go ahead and we'll run this guy. Downloading. I'm always afraid that's going to bomb on me. Okay, it's downloaded. Now what I'm going to do is turn the I've got the power uh, breadboard power thing, and I got that connected to a 12 volt uh, wart, and that take my that becomes my external power for the motor. That way, I'm not using power from the uh, Arduino. Turn it on. Then if I push the button, the first time I push the button, it puts in the motor speed into the loop. Now it's got the motor speed, and it's going it's going counterclockwise. And if I push the button again, it'll stop and then go counterclockwise. Or is that? No, it's going clockwise. That's clockwise. Then if I push the button again, it'll stop and go to counterclockwise. Green is counterclockwise and red is clockwise. So if I turn it doesn't adjust the speed dynamically because I can turn it up now. It does nothing until I push the button and it downloads or loads up a new motor speed. I push it again. There's my motor speed. Now it's ripping along pretty good. I had to increase the delays because this motor took a little bit to slow down. So I stop it, it just barely stops. Then I push it again, it'll just barely stop again. I think that's almost all the way up. Here's all the way up here. Sitting at 255 most likely. I do that, just barely stops. And you can see it going again. I don't like running it that high. I like running it slow. Okay, anyway, there's my homework, and with the proper IC, and I appreciate you doing all these videos, Paul, and thanks for doing these, and we will see you on Tuesday.